Imagine a fish, a living relic from the time of dinosaurs, thought to be extinct for 66 million years. You'd probably think it's the stuff of science fiction, right? Well, what if I told you this creature is very much alive, swimming in the deep, dark corners of our oceans? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the coelacanth, the living fossil that stunned the scientific world and continues to challenge what we know about life on Earth. Our story begins not in the deep sea, but on a dusty, sun-baked day in South Africa, back in 1938. A young museum curator named Marjorie Latimer was doing her usual rounds at the local fish market, looking for interesting specimens for her collection. On that day, a local fishing trawler captain had a very unusual catch for her. It was a large, heavy fish, about 5 feet long, with a striking pale blue color, covered in thick, armor-like scales. But what really caught her eye were its fins. They weren't like the fins of any fish she'd ever seen. They were fleshy, lobe-like, almost like rudimentary limbs. Marjorie knew this was something special. She sketched the fish and frantically sent letters and telegrams to J.L.B. Smith, a renowned ichthyologist. Smith was initially skeptical, but when he finally saw Marjorie's sketch, he was floored. He recognized it immediately. It was a coelacanth, a fish known only from fossils, a creature believed to have vanished with the dinosaurs at the end of the Cretaceous period. In his own words, he felt as though he'd seen a living dinosaur. It was a monumental discovery, arguably the most significant zoological find of the 20th century. The fish was named Latimeria chalumnae in honor of Marjorie and the Chalumna river mouth where it was caught. The world was captivated. How could something presumed extinct for so long have been hiding right under our noses? The discovery of the first coelacanth, which we now call the West Indian Ocean coelacanth, sparked a global hunt for another one. For 14 long years, scientists and fishermen searched, but found nothing. It seemed as though the 1938 specimen might have been a one-off, a solitary survivor that had somehow clung to life. But then, in 1952, a second specimen was found. This time in the Comoro Islands, a small archipelago between Mozambique and Madagascar. This confirmed it. There was a living breeding population of coelacanths. So, what makes this fish so extraordinary? Let's take a closer look at its unique anatomy. As Marjorie first noticed, its most distinctive features are its paired lobe fins. These fins extend from the body on fleshy stalks, supported by bones. Unlike the thin ray fins of most modern fish, these lobe fins move in an alternating pattern, much like a horse trotting. This has led many to believe they are a crucial link in the evolutionary chain, representing the ancestors of the first four-legged land animals, or tetrapods. For a long time, scientists thought coelacanths were the direct ancestors of amphibians, reptiles, and eventually us. However, modern genetic studies have painted a slightly different picture. It turns out that lungfish are actually more closely related to land vertebrates than coelacanths are. But that doesn't make the coelacanth any less important. It represents a very ancient lineage that branched off early in the evolutionary tree of vertebrates. Not our direct ancestor, but more like a very old cousin that gives us a glimpse into the body plan of the creatures that did eventually make the leap from water to land. Another fascinating feature is its tail. Unlike the forked tails of most fast-swimming fish, the coelacanth has a three-lobed tail, with an extra little finlet, or epicaudal lobe, right in the middle. This unique tail structure, combined with its fleshy fins, suggests it's not a powerful swimmer. Instead, it's a master of slow, precise movements. It can even perform a headstand or swim backward and upside down, using its fins to navigate the complex volcanic caves and overhangs of its deep-sea home. And when we say deep, we mean deep. Coelacanths typically live at depths between 300 and 2,300 feet. At these depths, the water is cold, dark, and has very little oxygen. To survive here, they've developed some remarkable adaptations. They have a very slow metabolism, which means they conserve energy. This slow pace of life extends to everything they do. For instance, scientists now believe their lifespan could be up to 100 years, and they don't reach sexual maturity until they are well into their 40s or 50s. Even more incredible is their method of reproduction. Coelacanths are ovoviviparous. This means the female doesn't lay eggs in the water. Instead, the eggs develop inside her body and she gives birth to live, fully formed baby coelacanths, called pups. And get this, The gestation period is thought to be an astonishing 5 years. That's the longest known gestation period of any vertebrate animal on the planet. The pups are born as large, perfect miniatures of the adults, ready to fend for themselves in the deep sea. For decades, the Comoro Islands were thought to be the only place these ancient fish lived. But the story took another surprising turn in 1997. Mark Erdman, a marine biologist on his honeymoon in Indonesia, spotted a strange fish being wheeled through a market. It looked just like a coelacanth, but it was brown, not blue. It was found over 6,000 miles away from the Comoros. Genetic testing confirmed it was a distinct second species of coelacanth. This one was named *Latimeria menadoensis*, or the Indonesian coelacanth. This discovery proved that the coelacanth's world was much larger than we ever imagined. Since then, populations of the West Indian Ocean coelacanth have also been found off the coasts of South Africa, Tanzania, and Madagascar, showing they are more widespread than previously thought. Studying these animals in their natural habitat is incredibly challenging, because they live so deep. Bringing them to the surface is often fatal due to the rapid change in pressure. Most of what we've learned has come from submersible expeditions, where scientists can observe them without disturbance. Make a scene, Mom. We saw I can't wait. Why would take I can't walk? So we can't wait. I can't wait. Can I? What do we soft? With some They are nocturnal hunters, emerging from their caves at night to feed. Using a special sensory organ in their snout called a rostral organ, they can detect the weak electric fields of their prey, like small fish and squid, in the pitch-black darkness. During the day, they rest together in caves, sometimes in groups of over a dozen individuals. They don't seem to interact much. Despite these incredible discoveries, the future of the coelacanth is uncertain. Both species are listed as critically endangered. Their slow reproduction rate and long lifespan make them extremely vulnerable. The biggest threat they face is accidental capture by fishermen using deep-sea gill nets to catch other species like oilfish. While they are untargeted directly, their flesh is oily and not very tasty. Even a small number of accidental deaths can have a huge impact on their small populations. Conservation efforts are underway. Organizations are working with local fishing communities in the Comoros and elsewhere to promote sustainable fishing practices and the use of different fishing gear that avoids the coelacanth's deepwater habitat. In places like Sodwana Bay in South Africa, the coelacanth population has become a focus for ecotourism, with deep diving expeditions offering a chance to see these living fossils in their natural environment. This provides an economic incentive for local communities to protect them. The coelacanth is so much more than just an old fish. It's a time traveler, a living link to a prehistoric world. Its discovery challenged our understanding of extinction and evolution. Its survival against all odds is a testament to the resilience of life and the vast mysteries our planet still holds. Every new piece of information we learn about them, from their 5-year pregnancies to their electric senzads, another layer to their incredible story. They remind us that there are still wonders hidden in the deep, ancient mariners guarding the secrets of a bygone era. The story of the coelacanth is a powerful reminder that we must protect our oceans, not just for the creatures we know, but for the countless secrets and undiscovered wonders they still hold. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of the coelacanth. It's a story that truly shows how truth can be stranger and more amazing than fiction. If you enjoyed this journey into the deep, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.